Hello everybody! Happy Friday night. Welcome to my Zen Den. I am so glad that you could join me tonight. It's been a couple weeks, so I'm glad that you're tuning in. My name is Mandy Van Havermet, and I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up from Gray Eagle, Minnesota. And tonight we're going to start working on some Christmas cards. In the new catalog, in the September to December mini catalog, I love the Night Divine bundle. I think it is so cool. It is like, it looks so like there's a lot of, it looks like a really difficult card, but it's a lot of cut and emboss machine. So it's a lot of cutting, but it's a lot of fun. It is so beautiful. So we're going to flip the camera around and we're going to get stamping right away. Hello, LeVar. Thanks for joining in. All right, let's get cracking here. So the Night Divine bundle, it's actually like a super suite. So there's two stamp sets, hi Monique, two stamp sets, two bundles here. We're going to focus on this bundle right here. So the stamp set is a lot of words, beautiful words, nice scripty font and things like that. But the dies are the real star of the suite. Let me show you what they look like. They are nativity scenes dies. And so I have seen some absolutely stunning cards, and really and truly, like I said, they're not super tough to make. So let's get going here. And what we're doing is, I'll show you the card by inspiration. I received this card from a swap. So my good friend, Gretchen Van Hoon, created this card. And so it's called a bridge fold. And so it will fit directly into an envelope. So we're going to make this card with my little twist on it. So let's get cracking. Here is our list of what we're going to need. Kind of a little different. We're going to need, one second, let me grab my pile, which is way back here. And I still can't find my AirPods. So my voice is going to come in and out, and I'm just sorry about that. Someday I'm going to find my AirPods. I've even dug through the garbage. Still can't find them. Anywho, let's proceed. We're going to start out with a piece of cardstock, and it's an interesting size cardstock. It's 8.5 or 8 1/4, I'm sorry, by 4 1/4. And so we're going to score it 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and I'm going to show you where we're going to score it. We're going to score it at 1 3/8 and 2 3/4, and then we're going to flip it over and do it 1 3/8 and 2 3/4 again, mostly because I just don't like math. So there's that, and then we're going to use a piece of basic white that's 2.5 by 4. A piece of, oh no, I forgot to get my native navy. We need a strip of native navy. That is 5 by 1 1/4. We'll cut that when I'm scoring. And then we need a basic white, a small piece of basic white that I also didn't get. That's 2 3/4 by 1. Don't worry, I've got some of that. Right here, we're going to cut it off of there. And then we need some designer series paper, 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 4, and 1 piece that is 4 by 2 5/8. We're also going to need some black scrap and some early espresso scrap. Don't let me forget to show you this paper. This designer series paper that goes with this bundle is so stinking cool. You guys are going to love it. Okay, so I'm going to bring out my scorer here. First things first, let's remember to cut our 5 by 1 1/4 piece of Night of Navy. So there we go. That's done. All right, and so now I'm going to show you a trick. You may not know this, but when I'm only going to be scoring and I can't cut the paper, I take my blade out, because I have done it a million times where I cut my paper when I'm trying to score, and I don't like it. So we're going to score it, like I said, at 1 3/8 and 2 3/4. So there is 1 3/8 and 2 3/4. And now I'm going to flip it over and do the same thing. 1 3/8 and 2 3/4. If you want to figure out the math to do it and just keep going, knock your socks off. I'm just not a math girl. And while I've got this going here, I had a 1-inch strip in there. Let's cut this at 2 3/4 after we put our cutting blade back in. See? I'm telling you. That's how I roll, man. All right, let's do this then. So we've got our piece of cardstock here. We're going to fold and fold and fold. So this is going to be the shape of our card, right? Really simple. First things first, let's remember to put our sentiment on the back, okay? Because that's where I'm going to write my salutation, or write my, that's where I'm going to write. So the stamp set that we're working with tonight really doesn't have a whole lot. They kind of got some nice sentiments, but there's no Merry Christmas stamp in here. And I wanted a Merry Christmas stamp. So this is Hope and Peace. It's an older stamp set. It's still available. Online exclusives is a great, great stamp set, and it has a beautiful little Merry Christmas right there. So that's what I'm going to use. So on my piece of basic white, I'm just going to stamp Merry Christmas right there. While I've got my ink pad open, I'm going to grab my stamp that says Joy and Peace, and this is from the stamp set. And I'm going to center that as best as I can on my piece of 1 1/4, I'm sorry, 2 3/4 by 1. All right, so my stamping is done. That's all the stamping that's going to be on this card. So let's assemble. I'm going to put this on the back. And I will show you too how this does fit inside with these measurements. This does fit inside of an envelope. It's so cool. So we're going to turn it over. And then this piece of designer series paper is kind of like the town in the background. So cool. I just love it. So we're going to center that in my big part right there. And if you're not exactly 100% perfect, it's okay. Like if you're not perfect up and down, this is going to be kind of hidden a little bit. So let's attach our Starry Night pieces. And I've got some more cards to show you too with this designer series paper. Or with this stamp set. Seriously, so beautiful, and really not, like I said, not tough at all. Just a lot of cutting, which you can do while you're watching a movie or whatever. Cut all your stuff and then come together at your stamping area and put it together. So now this will go on here. Hold on a second. Let's do some measuring. It's 5 1/2. 5 1/2. Let's add a half right there. I'm gonna have to cut a new piece. 5 1/2 by 1 1/4. Don't worry, I got paper. And it's 5 1/2. Let's get rid of that guy. Ta-da! So much happier now. There. That's gonna work so much better. And if it doesn't go right to the edges, that's okay. We just need it to, we're going to assemble it when it's laying flat, okay? So then when you lift it up, it'll fold nicely. All right, we're going to set these pieces aside right now. Bring out our cut and emboss machine, which I only have 1 plate for. I'm telling you, I'm out of practice. Holy smokes. Okay. I've got 2 really used plates, but that's all right. It's going to be beautiful. All right, let's pull out some pieces. So we're going to do our nativity scene itself. We're going to do a camel in black. And how about a donkey and a cow? Okay. And then I'm going to grab my barn also, since I've got it all here. And if you would like to, you could absolutely use adhesive sheets on the back of this. I just don't feel like I need to on this card tonight. So we've got our plates 1 and plates 2, and then we've got 2 plate 3s. There we are. Sorry if I just made you go blurry. So we've got our beautiful barn, and look at our stable. Look at how the detail in that. It is so pretty. I think it's just the neatest thing ever. And there's a lot of scrap here, so make sure you save that. You don't want to throw it away. You want to reuse as much as possible, right? So let's take our pieces off. So we've got a little cow, we've got a little donkey, and we've got our camel. Sorry, I all of a sudden got, have you ever seen that video of the grandma reading the book Wonky Donkey to her grandkid and laughing? That just came into my head. Leave it to me. Okay, so let's poke this guy out. It really does pop out really easy. It's just a nice solid piece, so it doesn't come out maybe as easy as some of the others, but not a lot of poking going on here. So we've got just a couple little ones. And right there. Isn't that awesome? So cool. All right, so let's build our card. We are going to, like I said, we're going to fold our card halfway because that's how it's going into the envelope. So we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right here, and we're going to put a little bit of adhesive right here. Make sure you use a strong adhesive. I would use Seal or Seal Plus, or glue, either of those. Make sure though that you're using a very strong adhesive. So we'll line it up in this corner over here, and then run it along the bottom, just like that. Make sure you press down really hard. And so now we've made our bridge. Simple, right? I mean, it looks fancy and it looks tough, but it's not bad. I'm telling you. The only thing is you're going to need to watch to make sure that the peak of your roof doesn't go higher than your card. So we're going to have to cut off a little bit here. Otherwise it won't fit in the envelope, right? So we're going to pull in some glue. And don't go too heavy-handed on the glue. Make sure you're doing just basically just where the, right here, right? That's about all that's all you can do. Otherwise it's going to glue your card shut. So. Go down, go down. There we go. Okay. So just hold your card straight, and if you get some goobers, we'll fix that. We'll put a cow there or something. So just hold that on there for just a second. Awesome. Okay, so now let's build, let's see here, how about a camel? Just a little bit on his feet so that his feet don't pop up, because they're kind of fragile. Oh dear, I might have got too much there. Got too much on one and not enough on the other. Let's see. Let's see how big a mess I can really make. There, just a little bit of glue. We're gonna put our camel's head right inside a little bit, because that's cute. It adds a little bit of something. Our donkey in here. See, we'll cover up that little goober like that. Put the cow back here. Put our joy and peace in there. just like that. And notice how I'm using glue, so I can move these things just a little bit if I need to. But don't go too heavy, because these guys here, those are actually little slits. So the glue will ooze. So just be gentle. Or, like I said, you can use adhesive sheets. They work nicely with this too. That way nothing pops up. But these guys here, they're going to be kind of in the background. So they don't get like fussed with very often. Like they don't get wiggled. And they fit just perfectly in here. Like they are 2.75 inches for real. All right. So just press that down so they stick. And then we'll grab our snips and trim off the wood at the bottom. And that is it. Isn't that cool? It doesn't even need any, that does not even need a lot of jewels or anything like that. You can put the star there. The stars, I don't have any right now. But you could definitely put a gem there for a star, but it doesn't need it. It is just a gorgeous card. And so now it really will fit inside of an envelope. Let me grab one and show you that it will fit inside a standard, like the envelopes that we have. So you can mail that out just like that. So neat. And then it pops up and it makes a really nice little piece to display. So I want to show you one other thing that I thought of with this. If you look on page, you've kind of got a sleeper product in the catalog, in this little catalog. If you look on page 62, there are these little envelopes. They're called classic gift card envelopes. There's 20 envelopes in a pack. For $6. If you give a lot of gift cards, this is a really cool, really neat thing. So they come just like this, 20 little gift card envelopes. Okay, so on the back of this one, instead of stamping just on a piece of cardstock, I stamped on the gift card envelope and I decorated. I just put a piece of scrap designer series paper on the flap, just to kind of dress it up a little bit. And then you could give a gift card. I have a girlfriend that likes to give gift cards, and she likes Christian Christmas cards. So this is perfect for her to give to her family and friends for Christmas. So those are that card. And I'm going to make another quick one. And this one's so fast because, okay, let's look at the designer series paper here. It is phenomenal. It's just so cool. It's like scenery of the desert, so like Bethlehem, right? And then the back side has got some really unique colors. So this is pumpkin pie, or not pumpkin pie, pecan pie with very vanilla. And so this is like the desert. And I can see so many neat projects. This is copper clay on the back. I can see so many neat projects. Boho blue on the back, made for Christmas with this paper. That not necessarily cards, but like home decor and things like that. I mean, come on. Oh my gosh, so beautiful, right? And more copper clay. It's just, I love the paper. It's not specialty paper, but it's very beautiful. So let's just do another quick card. It's super simple, kind of with that designer series paper. I've got a piece of boho blue, and this one I am copying right off the website. So if you're ever stuck and can't find a card to make, go to the website, because there are so many. I mean, really, that's beautiful, right? Like that, right? So let's grab a few things here. I've got a glue piece in my sleeve. I'm going to grab this die right here. I'm going to grab, that's the wrong bundle. I'm going to grab the sheep, and I'm going to grab the clouds. So let's put these guys back so I don't lose them. And here's what's neat is you don't have to use these as a solid piece. You can cut this apart a little bit. So where's that piece of black I had? I might have used too much of it. Let's grab a piece of basic black. A little scrap. When I say a little scrap, I mean a little scrap. Sort of little scrap. Okay, so we're going to... Okay, I heard the sheep go somewhere. Where did he go? There he is. He jumped back in the cage. Okay, so we are going to do just the shepherd part. That's all I'm going to want. And I'm going to do the sheep. And then I've got a piece of basic, let's see, this is smoky slate. I'm going to do a couple of clouds on that. So let's set up our cut and emboss machine. Found my black paper. Set up our cut and emboss machine. Let's do our stamping here first too. I've got a piece of basic white. I'm going to use my Night of Navy ink pad again, and I'm going to use the sentiment, "The Lord is my shepherd," from that same set, from the Night Divine set. So this is not necessarily a Christmas card, but it absolutely can be. And then I'm going to use, from the Stylish Shapes dies, I'm going to use this biggest die right there. So I'm going to, and I'm not going to center it. I'm going to do it kind of like that. Okay? So now that I got that figured out, let's put it on our plate. Just like that. And so I'm cutting all of these guys in one swoop. Just like that. Okay, top plate. I'm going to run that through the cut and emboss machine. I think my sheep moved, and he doesn't have all of his head. Well, good gravy. Okay, so there's that piece. I've got a couple of clouds. I may as well do another couple of clouds because I got to go through again to get an entire sheep, not just a headless sheep. Let's do this again. All right, I've got an entire sheep now. Okay, and there's my two. Did you ever do that where you just toss your dies down so that they fall out? I do it quite often, actually, especially on a solid die like that. Okay, so let's build a simple, quick card here. I'm going to attach "The Lord is my shepherd" right there, just like that. I'm going to do that first so that I can trim it equal with the side of my card, or with the side of my designer series paper. So then I'm just going to line that up right like that. Okay, and so now I'm going to snip the shepherd. I'm going to just give him a snip, snip. I'm going to cut him off right about, so even with his staff. So he's going to be standing in the sand with his little sheep. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. So let's grab our glue. Put just a little bit of glue on the back of him. Like that. And don't worry about his staff. That staff will stay nice down there. And a little bit on that on the sheep. And then let's put some of these clouds in there. You could maybe bump the clouds up. They are big enough. The one especially big enough on the back side. I think that's what I'm going to do. Ooh. that up yet? Nope, sure can't. But I got to put a little bit more glue because he was popping up anyhow. Just a touch. But we will put a dimensional on the back of this big one, just to give it a little oomph. Where should I put it? Maybe like that. And then one of the little ones, because 3 looks nice always. Just like that. So for real, that is another simple card. I'm telling you, the set makes just the simplest, most fabulous cards. I've got a couple other samples to show you of some other cards that I've gotten and done. Oops, that can go on the inside. This one is from my friend Kelly Burkhart. She used the paper that goes with that big bundle. And then the sentiment she has it heat embossed with gold. Beautiful. Just I mean, classy, beautiful card. And so simple. You wouldn't need the dies at all. This is just strips of all that designer series paper, that specialty designer series paper. So beautiful. And then this one here, again, this is a card that I made, and I snipped out the wise men and the shepherd off the sides, and I have just the the Mary and Joseph with the baby and the cradle. And this is actually a fun fold. So O Holy Night is embossed, heat embossed with gold, and then the stars are brightly shining on the inside. Super fun card. So I hope you enjoy those cards. Here's one more time the bridge fold that we did earlier. Super fun, super beautiful. I've played with this set so much. It's just awesome. So let's say goodbye. So I hope you guys try out some Christmas cards. I don't know if you send a lot of Christmas cards that are homemade or not. I've actually started to do I used to, and I've heard a lot of people, we do pictures of our families. I actually still send homemade cards, and I put a picture of our family inside of it. That's how I get the best of both worlds that way. And I really enjoy sharing my craft with my family and my friends. So I hope you guys do make some Christmas cards. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. You can either leave a comment on my Facebook or in the YouTube chat. Otherwise, I will see you again next Friday night. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.